Hi, friends! I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are saying boo to you tonight because tonight was our first excursion day and the Halloween party.
And we are an excellent little podcast, by the way.
We are an excellent little podcast.
Yes, we are. And he is right. We had our first excursion day on Georgetown, the Grand Cayman. And it is this Halloween's cruise Halloween party.
Woohoo! We finally got to the main event.
Yeah.
So, overall, we're going to go ahead and kind of run through things because it's a little bit different from our standard reviews. So, we're going to go ahead and start with our kind of summary and go through exactly like our first thoughts of the day, some key points of the day that we each did, and then talk about the food, and then we'll talk about the entertainment in our review, and you'll go ahead and get into our review when we get into it, right, my friend?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Well, it looks like it's, this is an odd episode, right?
It is a little bit odd, especially for me, because, I was still a little bit out for the count for the first, 2/3 of the day,
So that means I gotta go first.
That we do.
So my first thoughts of the day was, at first, it started off a little slow because I did go to the Grand Cayman. I'll talk about that later. But once I got back to the ship, I started doing more things on the ship. I started, the day for me got better and better and better. And then once we reached the Halloween party-esque of the night, it was really, really fun. It was on par with a Boo to You Halloween party at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
In my opinion, at least. But once we get to the details part, I will fill you in. And Zach, it's your turn. First thoughts of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, I was out for 2/3 of the day because I was still dealing with that food poisoning. It started wearing off like around 1 or 2 o'clock earlier, so it took me out for the count, so it did mean that I unfortunately had to miss the Grand Cayman Islands. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah, overall the day kind of like you got better as it went, as I went.
Starburst so here's the thing. Starbursts are supposed to have 2 of them in these little packets. I got 1 in this one.
You're cheated.
I am
got cheated.
I am upset. But I'm still gonna eat it.
There you go. But it got fun as the day went, kind of, as you said, and we kept on ramping up the farther and farther we got to the night. So it was a whole lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mitch, you talked about how you went to Georgetown in the Grand Cayman Islands and a couple other things you did. Why don't you go kind of a bit more into detail about those?
So when I got to the Georgetown Grand Cayman, I left around 8:30, I think.
Yeah, that was about right.
And then I went to the place where we're supposed to go once it's time to leave.
You met at the theater, right?
I did meet at Walt Disney Theater. And I got on the island. I'm like, okay, so this is cool.
Did you pull up on the dock right away, or did you have to get a ferry over from...
I had to be on a ferry.
Oh.
And once I got there and I could see in the distance, I'm like, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do. Like, there were some beaches, and I feel like if I kept, walking into the island, I would have found something. But this was not the ideal island that I wanted to see. Obviously, I want to see Castaway Cay once we get there. But I just felt like it was my obligation. Like, hey, I need to go on this island because, I'm paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got there, and I didn't really have a time limit, but I said I would be back by lunch. I told Zach I'd be back by lunch.
Yeah.
I got there, I'm like, there's no way I'm spending an hour and a half, 2 hours on this island. So I walked around a little bit. I kept getting spoken to by a lot of the locals, like, hey, do you want a tour? Do you want a tour? And I told them, I'm not spending any money here. But so I probably spent maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour on the island, and I'm like, I'm going back. So I went back, and it was fine. But the one thing I want to tell you guys is the merchandise that I bought.
There we go. Now it's time for Mitch's merchandise corner.
Yeah, so I actually bought this yesterday, but I forgot to mention it. I bought this pair of swimming trunks. They are a little damp because we just went into a little bit of a dip earlier this evening. Yep. So they are a little wet. So here, Zach, hold on.
Well, Well, thanks for putting your dirty underwear on me, but it's fine.
It's swimming trunks, you dope.
Well, it's the same.
Yeah, I did do a little bit of a tan too, so.
Yeah, you did get a little bronze. It was nice.
Well, thank you very much. And also, this is a highlight when it comes to merchandise. Look at this shirt, y'all. Look at this Hawaiian Halloween shirt. This is fantastic.
Yeah,
Zach is jealous. Like,
I am jealous. It's a really, really nice shirt.
It is a little big on me. I bought the large because I didn't have mediums, but I think I can make it work.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think this is probably out of everything I've bought today, which obviously wasn't much. This is the thank you. Okay, so. Now that I got one more detail, we did meet some characters also today. We met Daisy Duck in her Halloween outfit, and we met Goofy in his Halloween outfit here.
Daisy, I think, was dressed as like a
little
witch,
yeah,
with like spider webs on her, and it was really, really cute. And Goofy was Mummy Goofy.
I think out of all of our interactions, Goofy was the best. Like, we had so much fun with him.
Oh yeah.
Daisy thought we were chimney sweeps, but we're newsies.
We're newsies.
We went along with it.
Yeah,
okay?
we went along with it. We also were called Harold and
we were Horace and Jasper.
Horace and Jasper from 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, when we were doing our little line for candy. Yeah. But I loved Goofy's interaction. What did you think of his?
Oh, I loved it. I thought Goofy is always really, really fun to me, especially since he's near and dear to my heart. So I always try to go a little bit hard on my interactions with Goofy, and Goofy was equally willing to play, and that was always a whole lot of fun. We were dancing, we were talking about costumes, we talked about quite a bit of things. So it was really great to talk to Goofy because it's been a little bit of time since I've talked to him.
Yeah. All right, Zach. I got my details in. What's your details?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I was down for the count again. So it took out a lot for me, but I was able to do a few things. After I went to go eat lunch, we had on the docket to do some Pixar trivia, and Mitch looked at me and was like, "Are you doing okay? Are you feeling like you're still up for trivia?" I was like, "I'm a bit sore, but I think I can do it." So we went to Pixar trivia. We did decently well. There was a few questions that caught us a little bit off guard, and we were, I believe, 2 points away from victory on this one.
4.
Well, we got 4 wrong, but 3 points away from victory.
Oh, it was. Mm-hmm.
Because there were 2 groups that did win. Because they got 24 out of 25.
Yeah, they were really close to perfect.
Yeah.
And their Halloween outfits.
Their Halloween outfits were spectacular.
There was Woody and Jesse. I think there was the Incredibles and everything. So.
Yeah. But that was one of them. And then since I missed karaoke last night, since I had the worst of the food poisoning during that time, I was like, Mitch, I gotta do karaoke tonight. So I was finally able to do karaoke. I wasn't able to bring out my Poor Unfortunate Souls because they didn't have it, which I was like, you're on a Disney cruise. We don't have Poor Unfortunate Souls on the docket. But that's okay, because I was able to do Be Our Guest. So I still rocked it out on that one.
I sat in the room and watched a Netflix episode. So
there you go. That's still a good. That's still a good way to spend your time.
Hemlock Grove.
Well, and also karaoke was at 10:45 at night, so like it was a late night for us.
Yeah. But so now it's time to talk about food as I digest candy.
Yeah. Which also, I guess since we don't have it on the outline. I guess let's just kind of talk about the party as a whole as well, but let's do that after food, you think?
No, I'm totally fine with that. Okay. So we both had lunch at the Cabana, and pretty much the same thing as it has been the past couple of days.
A few things did change, like the cuts of meat changed. There was like...
They had ribs this time.
They had ribs this time. They had a pork loin, and then something else. I can't remember what the other one was.
I can't remember either.
I don't think I grabbed anything from the cutting boards that
Neither
time.
did I.
But it was still Cabanas. It was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't very much that changed on that one.
Yep, but then we went to dinner at Royal Palace again.
Yep.
I had the filet.
Yeah. So while we did eat at the same place, the menu still did change.
Yeah, it was different.
So the ambiance was still wonderful. But we had a bunch of things there. We had like fried brie. We had you had a shrimp and lobster appetizer.
Appetizer. Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was really good. I'm normally not a big fan of shrimp, but it was the only. He recommended, our waiter recommended it, so I figured I'd give it a try, and it was amazing. I also had the filet for the main course, and for dessert, I had the strawberry shortcake sundae, and oh my gosh, it was so good. So good. What'd you have?
Let's see. I had French onion soup as a pre-wish favorite. I had to get that, and it was really, really good. The broth was really, really thick, which I thought was interesting because you usually have like a thinner, more like au jus broth or a thicker broth. It was a thicker one, which meant it had a little bit of a thicker taste. It was kind of nice, actually, though. Cheese was really well cooked, and the bread was perfectly like soaked in the juice, so it was really, really great. We also had escargot. That was really, really interesting and a new experience for me. I think I tried it, and it's like one of those things that I liked it, but I don't think I would order it a second time unless like I was really craving it. So like, I think it was good, but maybe not the best thing in the world. And then for dinner, I had
You had the lamb.
You're right. It was the lamb. It was the lamb. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, and that was really, really good. The potatoes that came with it were actually really amazing. It was like a cheesy, caramelized garlic potato, and it basically came like in a cylinder, and it was all caramelized around the top and outside, and it was like phenomenal. I really, really enjoyed that. And it came with some Brussels sprouts. I do think the Brussels sprouts could have used a little bit more seasoning. I added some salt and pepper to it just to give it a little bit of a kick. But I also put a little bit of the gravy on them from the lamb sauce, and that also helped too. But still pretty well cooked. Like, it wasn't like hard or anything on the inside, so they were pretty evenly cooked, which was nice. And then for dessert, I had what I think is now my second favorite dessert of all time, that if ever I see it on the menu, I will definitely order. I had a souffle. It was really, really fluffy, really good flavor. It had like a vanilla cream sauce to go with it, which was really wonderful. It was, all around, so very, very good.
Yeah, so now we got the food taken care of. It's time to talk about the entertainment.
Yeah,
I didn't mention the meet and greets.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the party first, and then we'll move to the entertainment, which is the masquerade party just after it.
Which technically is entertainment.
Yeah, which is entertainment.
So basically, oh, we forgot.
Oh, yeah. So
we forgot our mugs, but they remembered them this time.
Yeah, they got our mugs back.
And they also...
they do light up. Ooh. They got a couple of settings. So, but our waiter and waitress was like, yeah, we noticed that you guys forgot them. We did try to keep it around in case you guys came back, but you guys didn't, so we had to throw those ones out, but we did keep an extra set for you. So we were like, oh, thank you guys.
Yeah. All right, so... time for the Halloween party. We dressed as Newsies.
We dressed as Newsies, and we started with a treat trail. They also have treat trails here on the cruise. It's not just a Mickey's Not So Scary exclusive. They came with our complimentary bags, which are almost the exact same as the Mickey's Not So Scary trails.
I think they are.
I think they're identical, yeah. But those are really fun. It's a mixture this time of Twix, M&M's, peanut butter, and regular M&M's.
Starburst.
Mr. Good Bars, Snickers, Laffy Taffies.
Mini Tootsie Pops.
Mini Tootsie Pops. Saltwater Taffies.
Basically kind of your standard.
Your standard Mickey's Not So Scary candies.
And then there wasn't really... They encouraged costumes.
They encouraged costumes. I think the best costumes that I saw tonight were... there was a family that dressed up as like a bunch of the different Haunted Mansion characters. Yeah, we have
Madame Leota.
There was a Madame Leota in that family, which looked really, really cool. But we also had a Gravedigger. We had the girl walking on the tightrope above the alligator. We had the person with their underpants down above the grave. They were a pretty nice set of... They put a lot of thought into their costumes. I really enjoyed them.
All right, so Zach mentioned the stage show.
Yes, Mickey's Masquerade. Do you want to kind of talk about Mickey's Masquerade?
So I was excited for the show, but even though the show is still good, it's probably my least favorite of the shows because basically all it is, it's Mickey, Donald, Minnie, Pluto, and Goofy and Chippendale Just doing dance.
Yeah, they each get like an individual dance.
I mean, they did them really well, though.
Their energy throughout each dance was like really high quality.
Yes.
Like I think Pluto had the most energy on stage. I'm not gonna lie, he was really kind of going for it, which I'm all here for. But there really wasn't very much of a story, which I was hoping that there would be. It was really just a dance party.
Yeah, which I mean, it's fine. It called for it, but then they recommended kids to stay and dance a little bit. But other than that, the night was pretty much done after that little like dance/stage show.
Yeah, besides like it was the stage show, and then it was pretty much they encouraged you to do like meet and greets and the treat trail. Like those were the three main things they were supporting during the party. Sanderson sisters with Daisy, Minnie, and Clarabelle were also meeting that time. We did see them from afar, but we're waiting on tomorrow to actually meet them because they're meeting multiple times throughout this cruise. So
we actually have some other friends we want to meet tomorrow too, but we're not going to spoil that.
No, we won't spoil that. But I did want to put in a little bit just for them to know, because that was one of the big marketing pushes when they announced the Halloween party, was that the Sanderson sisters were going to be making an appearance.
All right, so time for our review. And the way we split it up is we have 3 categories. Normally we feed it to the dog, but there's no dog, so now we're going to feed it to the fishes.
Feed it to the fishes.
Meaning we don't really recommend this day on a Disney cruise, but still form your own opinion. The second one is needs to cook a little more, needs a different change of scenery, maybe a different island or different entertainment offerings or anything, but we still thought the day was okay.
Sure.
And last but not least, we have Eat It Up, meaning we definitely recommend today. It was amazing. We had such a fun time. Few nooks and crannies, but we loved today. Zach?
So yeah, even though I was down for the count for like about 2/3 of the day, after I bounced back, this day really turned itself around. So I'm gonna actually eat this up because the amount of entertainment that they were offering, the activities I was able to attend and everything, it was able to turn around what started as a really cruddy day. So so I am really thankful for that. So I think because of how well it was able to be turned around, I'm going to have to eat it up.
So before I get to my review, I just want to say we are Disney cast members. We don't speak for the brand or the company. But I also ate this up. I think the Halloween party was really well done, even though the show could have been a little better. I still felt that there was a lot of Disney Halloween magic, which I didn't know was possible on a Disney cruise. And I have a feeling the Dream is the only one that offers Halloween cruises, I think.
I have no idea. Actually.
I will look that up for y'all. But yeah, it's still a stellar day. Food was really good. I really enjoyed meeting Daisy and Goofy, and plenty of merchandise options. I mean, believe me, my credit card's hurting a little bit. All right. So that's the end.
Yep.
No spoilers section here because there's no spoilers at least. So
not really, but thanks for listening to us, friends. We really, really enjoy having you and joining us on this journey. We do still have 2 more days left on the cruise, so we are really excited to go ahead and talk to you guys about that once we're done, and then we're going to go ahead and do a wrap-up video with all of what we thought of the entire experience. So we got about 3 more videos on the cruise itself, and then we'll go ahead and back to our usually regularly scheduled little movie podcast.
Yeah, but for those of you that do listen and watch us, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and email us at elpodcastmz@gmail.com. We do appreciate your feedback and honest feedback, positive feedback hopefully. But until we hear from you,
I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are an excellent little podcast.